do the honors?
Adam Pod.
Adam, where are you,
Adam
Adam? There he
Pod?
is.
It's from Ryan Lavelle for excellent work on Bemis. Make sense?
Come on down. Paul, thank you very much.
Sure, John.
Okay, moving right along. As I mentioned, we've got an outside speaker here today. Let me just give you a few remarks on her bio. As a speaker, consultant, and trainer, Tony Harrell. Her emphasis has been on helping others excel with a theme of attitude is everything. Her firm has shared these messages with thousands of audiences, including our leadership development program for interns at Disney World in the past. And I just thought her messages and her upbeat and very uplifting point of view would be important for us as we sit here today reflecting on the many successes we've had and the many opportunities that lie ahead. So please, let's give it up, put your hands together, and welcome Tony. Tony?
Attitude is everything.
Pump it up!
Pump it up.
Pump it up! Come on. Pump it up! You've been sitting too long. Get on up.
Pump it up. Pump it up. Yes. Attitude.
Come
Yes.
on.
Attitude is everything. Yes. Attitude. Yes. Super fantastic.
Oh, see it coming yet. Not there yet. Getting there. Woo! Woo! Thank you. I woke up so early this morning. So excited about this opportunity I couldn't sleep. So I got up. I got dressed. How'd I look? And I went through this presentation 37 times in my subconscious mind. And guess what? Yeah, I loved it. But you know what I won't forget about this particular group? I won't forget the enthusiasm. I won't forget the opening. See, this morning, when I was introduced, you actually got up on your feet. I mean, the enthusiasm was at an all-time high. Really got me off to a good start. It really impacted my attitude. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. And I know some of you analyticals, all of you all are analyticals. So you probably know where I'm going to go with this. I am going to reintroduce myself. And what I would like you to do for me is give me that welcome I gave you this morning. I mean, I don't want you to hold back. I want you up off your feet. And do me a little favor. Just to make sure everybody's participating. As you stand up, I want you to look to your left. And I want you to look to your right. And if you see somebody that's not really all into it, just point them out to me. Oh, have them come up here and do it all by themselves. So are you ready? No, wait. That was not quite like this morning. Let's try it again. So are you ready? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Seattle, Washington, heard a lot about this particular group. But if you forget anything that I say, please know that I am blessed to have a special gift. But I believe each and every one of you are blessed with a special gift. And it is my honor and my pleasure to be in your presence. Let's give a warm welcome for Tony Lawrence Mathis. Come on up! Pump it up! Pump it up!
Attitude is everything. Pump it up.
Pump it up!
Pump it up.
You can do better than that.
Pump it up.
Woo!
Pump it up.
Woo!
Yes. Attitude. Yes. Attitude is everything.
about you, but I feel better already. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our signature introduction. Some of you may have already seen a Hero Performance Systems Inc. Introduction. We do this introduction. It has been done for almost 20 years. It has been done all over the world for more than thousands of organizations. We do it for one reason alone. Kind of do an attitude checkup right up front. Now, I want you to be honest with me. It's okay. It won't hurt my feelings. How many of you kind of got a little attitude because I asked you to stand up and clap for me twice? Some of you look like you still got a little attitude. But isn't it funny? Isn't it strange how we could let sometimes a coworker, family member, our kids, a professional speaker, a total stranger walk into our lives and within 3 minutes impact our most priceless possession? See, that's what I'm here to talk to you about. I'm here to talk to you about one of the most powerful words in your organization. I'm here to talk to you about one of the most powerful words in the world. I'm here to talk to you about your attitude. See, I'm going to ask you a fundamental question. What attitude did you bring in here today? See, depending on what's going on in your personal life, depending on what's going on in your professional life, we all walked in here with some kind of attitude. So what attitude did you bring? Somebody looking at me, I didn't know I had a choice. But see, that's what's so good about attitude. The attitude you choose is a choice. And I certainly believe that the choices you made yesterday have brought you where you are today. And I'm here to tell you, when you leave out of here, the choices that you make today will impact your successes for tomorrow. See, it's all about attitude. So I just want to take a little closer look at this word. If we looked at it in the dictionary, it probably says one's feelings and thoughts towards a thing, one's mood. Well, thank God we all have that. That's the one thing we don't have to buy. But do you know that it's inherently woven in almost everything you do? You can't pick up at anything without hearing about somebody's attitude. Now, I don't know where you guys hang out at PwC, get all the latest gossip, find out what's going on. But you hear it there. Hey, did you hear? Mary got promoted. Nancy got that raise. Hey, did you hear they let Fred grow yesterday? It is about time. He had such a cancerous, negative, contagious attitude. Nobody's saying that about you, are they? See, it doesn't matter what part of this organization you belong to. It doesn't matter if you're old. It doesn't matter if you're young. It doesn't matter. All that matters is about your attitude. So I think in order to get you motivated, you have to understand that there's 2 types of attitude. So I'm going to keep it simple because I know you guys have been crushing numbers for the last umpteen, so only 2. There is positive and there is negative. Now, there are benefits to being positive. Actual benefits. There a study was done at DeKalb Hospital, that's in Atlanta, Georgia, where they actually treat cancer patients. The doctors have proven that patients who come in with cancer, who have a positive attitude on life, are healing faster. They say that when you are positive in life and you can laugh in life, your muscles expand and contract, your blood circulation increase, and your digestive system improves. At DeKalb County Hospital, they treat cancer patients 2 ways: chemotherapy and 4 hours of comedy TV. See, there's positive benefits because when you laugh at life and you're positive in life, your body emits endorphins. Endorphins are our body's painkillers. They help heal and facilitate the healing process. So there's benefits to being positive. Now, another thing I read this too, that you know that 15 minutes, just 15 minutes of heavy laughing. I mean, that deep gut laughing. My generation, like when we watch I Love Lucy reruns, maybe the old Saturday Night Live reruns. Deep gut laughing. 15 minutes of deep gut laughing is equivalent to 5 minutes of moderate jogging. I got the answer. Tomorrow morning, get up early, laugh your tail off, and go back to bed. Can you imagine doing that in a conference? Wake up early, especially if you live with somebody else. Get up and just start laughing your tail off. That person's going to look up at you and say, "What the heck are you doing?" You say, "Leave me alone, I'm working out." See, there are benefits. But I said there are two sides. And there's a thing called negative attitude. Nobody around here would know anything about a negative attitude, would they? And I, for the life of me, have been trying to figure out why anybody would have a negative attitude. I mean, obviously, we only do things that are beneficial to us, so I tried to look up some benefits. And later on, I'm going to tell you I found one or two. But the reality of it is, when we are negative in life, have you noticed that when you're negative, every little thing starts bothering you? Every little thing starts nipping at you. You can't stand the way somebody talks, the way somebody dresses, the way somebody drives their car. Every little thing gets nipping. You get an email and it might send you in a total rage. Because that's what happens. Because it's never usually the big things that get us. We usually always somehow can handle that. Point and clap. How many of you have been bit by a gnat? Not sure about that. How many of you have been bit by a mosquito? Oh, I know that mosquito thing. Okay. Well, how many of you have been bit by an elephant? An elephant. See, it's not always the big things that get you. It's always the little things. But what happens when those little things start getting at you? What do you do? What do you do when things start getting on your last nerves? When the little things get in, your patience have run low, what happens? We start to worry. Anybody familiar with worrying? Are you familiar? Dr. Charles Mayo, a Harvard psychologist, said that with all the right sizing and downsizing that's going on in America, and I don't know if you don't have a job, you can call it any kind of sizing you want, but with what's going on with America now, 40%, he said, of our worries have already occurred. 30% never will. 12% are unfound health problems. And 10% are little daily nothings. I got friends walking around here spending 92% of their time worrying for no reason at all. So repeat after me. Rule number one. Oh, okay, now English-speaking group here. Don't sweat the small stuff. Rule number two. It's all small stuff. See, what you have to learn today is that, you can't let stress get you. It's time that we have to learn how to lighten up and not tighten up. Because if you didn't get that last email, stress will kill you. But one of the things that really amazed me in all the studying that we've done is the loudest voice we ever hear is a voice inside our own head. And we are more likely, they say, to store a negative than we are to store a positive. I had a friend, I'll pick out somebody that's been just smiling at me all nice and cute. Hi, Kelly. I have a friend, and there's a true story. Went to a performance evaluation. You guys get performance evaluations around here? Okay. All right. And supervisor said to her, I have been in this business for a very long time. And I would like to say first that there are 15 things that you do better than anyone I have ever met. But during this fiscal year, I would like to just have you work on one area of improvement. She'd go home that night. Her husband says, "Oh, honey, how did the evaluation go?" She says, "There's one darn thing I just can't get right." We harp on the little things. We make those little things the big things. So I'm here to tell you, do not let the 3 P's of negativity into your life. P number 1, don't make it permanent. If you're still talking about what happened to you in high school, it's a little bit permanent. Rule number 2, don't make it pervasive, i.e., if every conversation you have with everybody is about whatever happened to you, it's a little pervasive. And rule number 3, don't make it permanent. Because when you make it permanent, then you're making it personal. I mean, don't make it personal. When you make it personal, you become a victim. When you become a victim, there is no victory in the word victim. When you are a victim, you cannot excel to your highest level. So I want you to repeat after me, please. Are you ready? My programming creates my beliefs. Pretty good here. My beliefs create my attitude. My attitude determines my feelings. My feelings determines my actions. My actions determine my results. And my results determine my successes. It is all about attitude. Give yourself a round of applause. Anybody from the South heard of a little term called lagniappe? Anybody know what that term means? Well, if nobody knows that term, I'm going to tell you what it means. It means to give a little extra. So today I'm just going to give you a little extra, something I wasn't planning on giving you today. Do you know that in this room, most of us are only 6 inches from our greatest success? From here to here. See, this brain inside of us is the most powerful computer in the whole world. We don't have to worry about system upgrades. We don't have to worry about viruses, malware, spyware, whether we need extra memory. This computer never goes down. And if it does, you won't know it. See, everybody, I want you to do this. I want you to put your left hand up and put your fist like this. I want you to put your right hand, put it like this. Together. There you go. Study shows that the size of your 2 fists together is probably the size of your brain. Keep it on up there. That's okay. Show everybody what your hands look like. So if you have small hands, you got a small brain. If you have large hands, you got a big head. But the reality is, it doesn't matter the size of the brain. It matters how you program it. It's not the size, it's what we put in it. And so what it always amazes me is that we will allow people to come into our lives and dump garbage in, garbage stays information. We will let them walk into our cubicle, our space, our home, dump on us, and when they leave, they're probably the happiest people in the world, and we're feeling like this all way down. We let the negativities of everybody else come into our lives. So remember I told you I'm going to tell you there's some positive things about being negative? First positive thing is you will always have someone to complain with. There will never be a lack of someone that you could find that wants to join your pity party. Right? Number 2, I always say, if you need to borrow some money, borrow it from a pessimist. They never expect to get it back anyway. But the reality is, when you are negative, you really do begin to worry. What is worry? Worry is just simply a negative form of meditation. See, that's what's so important about this conference, John. It's because this conference is a time where you guys get to reconnect. It's a time where you get to get re-educated, refocused. Your leaders have come up and they've talked to you about the vision and the goal, kind of getting the team all together. It gives you a time to recharge and re-energize. But the challenge is not here. Not while you're listening to fantastic leaders telling you the direction of this company. It's not when you're sitting here listening to outstanding motivational speakers. The challenge for you is when you walk out this door and you head back tomorrow into that workplace to put your attitude in action. Now, once again, I told you I'm only going to keep this really simple. So here's another 2. See, It's hard sometimes being positive all the time. It takes a little motivation. That's why they brought me in here. Little motivation. But you know what? Motivation is not permanent. Nothing really is. Bathing sure is not, but I'm sure glad we participated in it every day. So there's two types. There are internal and external motivations. I know corporations all over the world have been trying to figure out which works best for our employees. But studies have now proven that the strongest motivator is internal. The strongest internal motivator is self-motivation. And the strongest of those is love. Do you know the 3 strongest words to motivate anyone is I love you. 4 strongest words, I love you too. And the 5 strongest words, I am proud of you. PwC is proud of you. Everything I heard on every questionnaire that came back says they are proud of the work that you do. They are proud of your determination, your dedication to this company. They recognize that without you, they would not be the company that they are. This all-hands meeting is a celebration of the work that you have done and the work you are continuing to do. Because Lord knows you're putting in those 50 to 70-hour work weeks, 7 days a week, through months on end. You deserve a round of applause. Give yourself a round of applause. See, another thing about worry, another thing that we often do when we're in that frame of mind is we start looking in the rear view mirror. When you're looking in the rear view mirror at life, you always seem to be having a conversation with Mr. SCW. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. And while you're engaging in what you shoulda, could have done, would have done, guess who else joins in the conversation? Mr. and Mrs. If and But. And I'm here to tell you, until you get the buts out of your life, you will never reach your true potential. It will block you every time because you cannot look in the mirror and go this way. You can't look in the mirror and be successful and see your target and see your goal. You guys have more talent than almost anyone. PwC only hires the best. You are the best. You are gifted. Stop looking in the mirror and look forward. Look at all the opportunities that you have to impact every single person that you come in contact with. You have the ability to make a difference in every client, life, in your family's life, in your own personal life. You have the power to use your positive attitude to influence others. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "You are who you think you are all day long." So if you can program this computer right here, that usually only takes one thought at a time, I'm here to tell you that once you start controlling your thoughts, you control your attitude. Once you start controlling your thoughts, you begin to control your life. Anybody here last year, and I know you had a TiVo or a DVR because you worked too hard, but anybody see Oprah Winfrey's last show? I mean, she is from Chicago. In her last show, she called that last show Somebody. Thank you, John. Somebody. Reflected, somebody TiVo'd it, DVR'd it, and watched it at 11 p.m. when they got home from a hard day of work. Okay, I got it. All right. But she called that her love letter to her audience. And in this love letter to her audience, she said during her 25 years on television that she had interviewed thousands of individuals from all walks of life, every kind of past. But she said there was one common thread between each and every one of them. They all wanted to be validated. They all wanted to know that they had been heard, that someone had listened to them. See, I believe here that that's what we all want. We all want to be validated. We all want to know that we have been heard. Well, several years ago, my brother called me and he had asked me a question because he never remembered hearing the words, "I love you," from our dad. So he called and asked me, "Hey, Tony, you ever heard Dad say, 'I love you'?" And I thought about it. And I said, "No, little brother." He was 6'7", I still call him little brother. "No, little brother. But I know Dad loves me, but no, I don't think I've heard those words." So we called our grandmother, and with tears in her voice, she said, "Grandson, I know your father loved you, but I don't think he ever heard those words from his dad." So it dawned on my brother months later that it's really sometimes hard to give what you never received. So at that time, around that time, Super Bowl commercials were about as famous as the Super Bowl game. And that year, the big Super Bowl commercial was the Bud Light commercial, when all these macho men were sitting around drinking their Bud Light, talking about, "I love you, man. I love you, man. Can I have your Bud Light?" Later on that year was my dad's birthday, and my brother, who lived in Atlanta at the time, said he called Dad. And my dad wasn't home, so he left a message and just said, "Hey, Dad, I just wanted to say happy birthday. And I love you, man." And he hung up the phone. He said the next day he came home, and there was a message on his phone. It was from our dad. He picked up the phone. He says, "Hey, son, I just want you to know that I got your message, but you're still not getting my Bud Light." But see, that was the beginning. That was the beginning of a new relationship, because from that point on, not one conversation ever ended without those words, "I love you, man." Well, 2 years ago, I came home, and I had a message on my voicemail, and it was a message from my dad. And it simply said, "Hey, baby, I just want you to know that I love you and that I always have." I was 55 years old when I received that call. I hung up the phone with tears running down my face. But let me tell you, the 5-year-old little girl was the happiest little girl in the world. Well, a little over a year ago, we lost my brother to that deadly disease called cancer. But I'm here to tell you there was not one day that did not go by that he did not know that he was loved, even by our dad. So I want you to do me a favor. When you leave out of here before your breakup session, get on the phone. Call somebody you love. Call somebody you care about. And then when you hang up from calling them, call yourself. "Hey, it's just me. Oh, yeah, girl, just want to let you know I love you. Okay, you have a super fantastic day. Goodbye now." And hang up. And when life throws you those little problems, and it will, play it back. Surely will make you smile. See, because when you walk out here, I guarantee you that life is going to throw you some challenges. I mean, if you get up in the morning and you take a breath, life is going to happen. And sometimes during life, we are going to be faced with disappointments. So next time life hands you a disappointment, this is what I want you to do. I want you to look just at the word disappointment. Then take away the disc, and all you have left is a appointment. Then cancel it. That's what you need to do. Don't let those negatives enter your life. And I'm down to my few more minutes. So before I leave here, one of the most powerful parts of any attitude is enthusiasm. And so what I like to generate before I leave is a little enthusiasm in this group. See, enthusiasm means God or spirit within. It's one of the most powerful parts of motivation. If you look at the 4 last letter, I-A-S-M, I am self-motivated. So we're going to have a little contest. We're going to take this side, and okay, lady in the back wall with her legs crossed and not really looking at me, hello there, hi, darling. We're going to divide it right down the aisle, and since you're right in the middle, you could go on either side you want. And we're going to take this side versus this side. This side, you're going to go first. Hold up, you're going to go next. Get ready. And what I want you to do for me, what I want you to do is I want to use the power of your voice to stand up, and what I want you to do right now is to generate some enthusiasm. I want you to stand up for you. I want you to stand up for all the hard work you have put in. I want you to stand up for every hour that you have worked, every audit you have done, every day that you missed something that you want to do. I want you to stand up for your family. I want to stand up for everybody you love. I want you to stand up, because if you don't stand up for you, who will? So when I say go, I want you to stand up, use the power of your voice to generate as much enthusiasm as you possibly can. So, this Spicer, wait up later. So are you ready? I don't think we're going to generate much with that. Did you guys get motivated over there with that enthusiasm? Okay, let's try this again. Are you ready? Now I think they're ready. On the count of 5, I want you to give it all you got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go! Woo! 2, 3, 4, 5. Woo! 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 Thank you very much. Woo! Thank you very much. Okay, now we're going to take the best and we're going to make it better. Now, I know some of you looking over here saying, well, they got more people. Some of you actually counted, probably 37 more people, but they don't have you. So I now wanted you to use the power of your voice and everything you have to give it all you got. Remember, you are standing up for you. Are you ready? Yeah. Are you really ready? Yeah. Go! Woo! Yes! 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 Woo! Woo! Yes! Yes! That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Woo! Woo! Thank you. Woo! Woo! They don't even want to sit down. You know, if you ever read Tony Robbins' book, Wake the Giant Within, he says that you could change a mood or feeling within seconds. You sat down, your seat didn't even feel the same this time. See, I know one of you are looking like, let me get another chance. Let me get another chance. But in the reality, the truth is you really only have one chance to make that first impression. I know there were some of you who held back just a little bit for whatever reason. But I'm here to tell you, you did just enough to impact them to be better. And see, when we all work together and no one cares who gets the credit, when we work as a team, then we all won. Today, you all won. Give yourself a round of applause. Oliver Wendell Holmes said, what lies behind us, what lies in front of us, is little tiny matters. That's what lies within us. What lies within you is an attitude to win. See, I truly believe that attitude is your life. I truly believe that attitude is my life. I truly believe that attitude is everything. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Please go out and have a super fantastic meeting. Pump it up!
Attitude is everything. Pump it up! Pump it up! Pump it up!
Pump it up! No, I'm pumping
Pump it
up!
up!
Attitude!
Yes!
Come on!
Attitude! Yes! Attitude is everything. Yes! Attitude!
Come on, get that smile
Yes.
going on.
Super fantastic.
Thank you. Have a great day. Hi, Brian.
Wow. Tony, you are a tough act to follow. I will say that. So I won't even try.